This is the 92.2% market share track in this room, and I am happy to introduce Tsai and Nanika Pan for exploitation of Windows 8 Metro-style apps.
All right, let's start. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Titi. And here's my partners. Here's Nanika. And the topic of this talk is build the subway line act and exploitation of Windows 8 Metro-style apps. Today we are going to tell you some interesting findings about Windows 8. And the topic is the subway, and you have Metro, so we have subway. And I hope after the talk you could understand, you could know what the meaning, why we gave it subway. All right, so who are we? We are from Taiwan, and we are security researcher in Trend Micro. And we are in the same team. Our team is doing advanced threat research, and we're also trying to come out some solutions to solve problems.
Hi everyone, my name is Ming-chieh. You can call me Nanika. I'm staff research engineer of Tsai. My research topic include vulnerability research, exploit technique, malware detection, and mobile security, especially on Windows platform.
Hi, I'm Titi. Currently, I'm leading the team doing the research, and I'm interested in many topics, like especially on new technology, new security technology, new threat, new vulnerability, malware, and target attack. And Nanika and I are partners for a long time. Last year, we have presented some researches about target attack and document exploit in Black Hat. We are also core members of the Changer Security Group in Taiwan, which is a study group, and the group hosts the HitCon, the conference, and it is the largest security and hacker conference in Taiwan. And this year we have more than 800 attendees. Okay, so this is last year when we were presenting, and we forgot to lock the door. So after an hour.
Hey Didi, have you locked the door?
Yes, the door is locked this time, and they don't have chance to escape. Yeah, sorry, we just want to make a joke to let you stay, and no worries, and no sandbox bypassing. All right, Windows 8. Windows 8 is going to be released soon. This year, we had some chance to study Windows 8. And we already found many interesting things, so we are going to share today. And have you ever used Windows 8? Anyone? Think of Windows 8. What impressed you the most? The UI, right? Yeah. So it is very beautiful and very fancy user. It has a very beautiful and very fancy user interface. It introduced lots of security improvements. It is very secure. It is very robust, right? So we totally agree. Anyway, we would like to say thanks to Microsoft, and they gave us the chance to have this talk. Okay, so here is the agenda of this talk. In the beginning, we will introduce the security design of Metro-style app, and to describe how does it protect from a malicious app attack? The second, we will introduce some general concepts to bypass an application sandbox. You know there is a sandbox in Metro-style apps, and I will introduce this later. Then we will start to analyze the problem from different points of view, from low to high levels, from low to high layers, including like ALPC, COM, WinRT, and design logic. And we will disclose some problems we have discovered. And we have already reported all of these issues to MSRC. And so we will also describe some responses from MSRC as well. Okay, so no doubt there are lots of security improvements in Windows 8. New Internet Explorer, enhanced protective mode, boot protection, and new exploit mitigation technology, which can mitigate exploit targeting user space application, as well as kernel vulnerabilities. Yeah, so many new features in Windows 8. And however, the most attractive thing is the Metro-style apps. The user interface is really fancy and clear and easy to use. But introducing a Metro-style app might take 2 or 3 hours, so we will not spend too much time on this. In this talk, we will only focus on the most important security features of Metro-style apps. Okay, so for the first thing, from security point of view, the first thing we can see is the capabilities limitation and setting in Metro-style apps. Metro-style apps developer must specify which resource they need to access by declaring the capabilities in its package setting, like this. Each capability they have to very clearly declare in the setting. After submitting to the Windows Store, it will be checked and ensure a Windows Store will ensure that the declared capability match the description of the app. So it is not allowed to access the resource it doesn't declare. So it's a very restrict limitation. The capability includes 3 types of resource: network, file system, and device. A network includes to be the app you want to be a client application, or you want to be a server application, or some internet capability. You want to connect to internet or intranet only, like this setting. And file system, the second file system includes the file location you can access. There are only a few places the Metro-style apps can access, like this. Your app can only access document, picture, or music, video, or if you didn't grant this permission to app, the app cannot access any folders. And the device. Device includes like GPS and microphone. Such devices configuration and to specify the app can use these devices. And there's exception. Only the things that are specific to an application, like local storage. This does not require capabilities. Okay, so when you got the application, the app, when user get this app from Windows Store, they are notified of all capability that the app declares. Like this. Here shows the application has location, GPS, and internet capability. All right, next feature, WinRT API. Okay, WinRT API means Windows runtime. It is a backbone of the new Metro Star apps. It provides a set of API that can be called from like C#, C++, or HTML, JavaScript. So you may develop a Metro Star app even using HTML, JavaScript. And Metro Star app need to use WinRT API to access resource from operating system. So using WinRT, the apps created for WinRT are safe, secure, and sandboxed. So yeah, you can see the architecture of the WinRT. And WinRT API covers everything for Metro Star app. Yeah, so basically, WinRT provides everything for Metro Star app need. And writing Metro Star app, you only need to know WinRT API. Okay, next feature. This is the most important component and architecture, the AppContainer sandbox. It is an application sandbox protecting a system from a malicious app attack. Okay, what is an application sandbox? Application sandbox is a mechanism to isolate untrusted process and protecting system from exploit attack. AppContainer, the Metro Star app sandbox, they name it AppContainer. AppContainer is a new sandbox design in Windows 8. And all Metro Star apps run in a sandbox, run in a security sandbox called AppContainer that isolate them from other Metro apps and isolate from the operating system. So this isolate process, which runs with very limited permission, they need to communicate with a broker process. The broker process doing some privileged actions operations for Metro app. So and they need an IPC mechanism to allow isolated process to communicate with broker. So your app need to use IPC mechanism to communicate with broker. So then broker can do some privileged things for you. Or which means Metro Star app needs to be run in an app container. When the app wants to do some privileged actions, it needs to ask the broker process via IPC communication, like this picture shows. And this picture shows how AppContainer works. And each Metro app are running in AppContainer, and AppContainer need to use WinRT API to communicate with broker process. And two Metro app, they cannot communicate. Each app has its own storage. They need to use WinRT API. And in terms of the sandbox bypassing, the broker is usually the first target. We are thinking of when we are thinking sandbox bypassing, the broker process is the target. Okay, so not only sandbox feature I have introduced above, WinRT or AppContainer. Windows also provide lots of security features to secure Metro Star apps, such as app signature, certification kit, telemetry feedbacks. All of these features bring us the APP confidence. It's according to Microsoft. So we agree. All of these designs really provide a security execution environment for Metro Star apps. So I would say exploit Metro Star app is not easy. Okay, so conclude the introduction above. AppContainer provides strict permission settings and a solid application sandbox. So from technical perspective, if you want to exploit the Metro style app, the first step, you have to deal with the app container. All right, so let's see some previous work on sandbox bypassing. Bypassing the application sandbox is is a hot topic now. Yeah, because many applications because they want to provide more secure environment, they will provide a sandbox execution environment like Google Chrome, Adobe Reader X. So bypassing sandbox, you might think about these techniques. For example, the first, exploit kernel and privilege escalation vulnerability to escape sandbox. Take advantage of kernel directly, or some exploit to escalate your privilege. This is the first kind of attack. Then the second, find useful things on file system. Looking for accessible folders of files and registries, especially some writable location on the disk, and to see what we can do or what we can get from these places. And or the third, try to send some message to or keyboard events to outside of sandbox. Like you can send some keyboard events, and other application or your operating system will take some actions after they receive some window. Will take some actions after receive this event. Yeah, and there are the leverage special handles. Yeah. Leverage special handles means some available handles might be used to communicate with other process or resource. Enumerate handles controlled by you. Investigate which data could be modified by these handles, or try to see if we could send message or to other process via these handles. Yeah, so some special handle can be used to bypass sandbox. Okay, so however, except of this approach, we are going to provide some new techniques targeting, especially targeting architecture of metro-style apps and the app container. Yeah, we will introduce some techniques. Okay, so let's see the attack vectors. Okay, so attacking the app container, in order to bypass sandbox, usually the first target is the broker process. In metro-style apps, our target is the runtime broker in the Windows 8, the runtime broker. Okay, so let's see more details. Metro-style apps are based on WinRT, and WinRT is basically a COM-based API, and metro-style app communicate with the runtime broker through COM interfaces. The runtime broker is using COM to receive information as well. So under COM, there is ALPC communication in kernel. So this picture shows the flow of communication between a metro-style app and runtime broker. So the message flow is WinRT, COM, ALPC, and COM and runtime broker. These three places that we can leverage to attack runtime broker. We can intercept ALPC communication and to send fake mail form or correct data here. And also we can attack COM server to leverage COM API communication and send the attacking data here. And also we can do fuzzing on WinRT API. All right, so from architecture point of view, there are three attack vectors I just showed, ALPC, COM, and WinRT. So now, and we'll plus a design logic. We are going to discuss 4 attack vectors in following slide. Okay, Okay, so the first is attack ALPC. So by analyzing the MetroStar app architecture, we decide to concentrate on ALPC first, because all data are transferred by ALPC protocol. In our design, in our research of ALPC, we found some API useful to help us better to understand the inner communication in the kernel. Hence, our next step is writing some program to hook this API. And this picture shows the LPC data communication. The client process established an LPC port to communicate with its server process through the message queue. Okay, and as you see in the picture, COM is responsible for the communication between MetroStar app and runtime broker. For example, to access one file, the flow of what access a file, the MetroStar app's launcher is request via COM, and then pass it to runtime broker by ALPC. And on the ALPC, on the runtime broker part, once it receives the marshal request, first it have to unmarshal the request via COM to get request data. After a runtime broker successfully auditing the request and request privilege, it opens the file and bypass content to the following bypass content back, following the same mechanism to the MetroStar app. So this is the flow between MetroStar app and runtime broker. Okay, so to analyze ALPC, we can use command ALPC in WinDebug and use this to verify which process are communicating with ALPC. You can list all ALPC communication here. Here are API which related to ALPC in Windows 8, and the red line shows some important API that we are interested. Okay, so we are interested in these 4 API, like ALPC send, wait, receive port is in charge of send and receive data, and create port is in charge of the port creating. Connect port is the connection port connection in charge of the port connection, and accept port connect port is in charge of the connection accepting, of course. So the idea is similar to socket, network socket. So hook these 4 API, we can get information that we want. So in order to analyze communication data, here we provide 4 WinDebug script to help debug. So you can use as well. So this 4 script can grab communication data. We also wrote some automatic testing program to MetroStar app for MetroStar app testing. So by continually sending correct data to ALPC send, wait, receive port, we can try to discover problems. And please be noted that this hook is a global hook, and you need to do some filtering to filter message by process ID. Yeah, so then you can get the information only you want. And these 3 scripts can help you to hook this API, these 3 API. Hook ALPC create port can help us to know when is the ALPC port created. And hook connect port, it can help us to know when is the port connected and what is the name of the port. And hook ALPC accept connect port can help us to know when is the connection being accepted. Okay, so for the analyzing flow, first open a log file to write to the log file, and the second hook on an LPC create port function, and then we can know when port is created. The third, launch the MetroStar app, and then you can your hook will get a process ID, and the fourth, hook this API send wait receive port, target your process ID to see the information. So by the script we have just mentioned, this information is we grab from the communication. It is the example. And this example shows the LPC port is just created. So when we launch an MetroStar app, we receive here is the example. We receive a class ID data set corresponding to this app. This is our class ID. And this sample shows the class ID and interface ID and we logged in WinDebug when runtime broker is launched by COM local server. It is class ID and its interface ID. Okay, so to do ALPC communication fuzzing, we hook majorly we hook this API ALPC send and wait receive port, and in NTDLL, and to fuzz the intercept data, like this picture shows. All right, so Nanika will introduce the COM server attack and WinRT attack.
Attack COM server. Attack in the upper layer be reached by COM. Similarly, we would like to test MetroStar app using COM. One thing need to know first, in Windows 8 and Windows 7, the base address we get by this is kernel-base.dll instead of kernel32.dll. Also, in Windows 8, some API in array32.dll must be called through com-base.dll, like this. This picture shows the function which export from com-base.dll, and you can also see when we call array32 create instance, it is redirected to com-base.dll. So while we developing shortcode, we can use RO API directly. RO means WinRT API.
So this slide shows the difference between the previous operating system and Windows 8 when we dealing with the COM.
So there are two purposes of COM testing. The first, we want to test the stability of COM servers and when to look for the problem, like memory correction. Also, we want to see the functionality of COM servers. There might be some useful function can help us to do privileged operations.
So basically, we are interested in two things about the COM server. The first is the stability of the COM server. We can crash. We can try to find memory bugs in COM server. And also, some COM server can help us to do some to provide functions for us, like we can ask COM server to open a file or to connect to internet to send data to others. Yeah. So COM server sometimes can help us. So
attack COM server. The first thing will be finding the target. What COM server we can communicate with. The Metro style app major communicate with the runtime broker. So runtime broker is the first one target. Aspect the runtime broker, is it possible to communicate with other COM server? The answer is yes. In our testing, we use shortcode to call COM API in AppContainer, and we can communicate with other COM servers, which means COM server usually provide service for other programs. So looking for a usable COM server might be a chance to escape from the sandbox. Sometimes you can find a COM server with higher privilege. In this sample, ttack is a COM server with high privilege. Compromise this COM server means get the highest permissions.
You might be noticed the permission of ttack COM server is high. The high permission means like administrator permissions. So compromised ttack COM server, you can get higher permissions.
There are some common brokers. For example, runtime broker, IME broker, and WKS broker. And there are so many COM servers. How do we know which one we can use? So we need to check permission first. One thing we have to note is the large permission of COM server. It can only be large by Metro app if all application package permission is granted, like this. So this one has to be granted. Then Metro app can use this COM server.
So not all COM servers you can use. So basically, if the COM server grant this permission that for Metro style app, so with this setting, with this grant permission, Metro style app can use this COM server.
To attack COM server, first we must get a class ID and interface ID of a COM server by call Great Instance API. We can locate our target function by emulating the visual function pointer of this interface. If the COM server come out with a medium or high privilege, it is useful to bypass the AppContainer restriction. After analyzing this interface, we can also do some testing to the export function. If we can crash a COM server, there are chances we can exploit it.
So basically, there are three things you have to know before trying to use the COM server. The first is what COM server you can use. The second is what is the class ID of the COM server, and then what is the function ID? The function, the V table. The V table shows what is a function we can use. Yeah. So all of these three things you have to know before you start trying to play with the COM server.
So there are available class ID to large COM server, and you can see there are many interfaces we could try to use in IME broker. And this slide lists class ID of COM server with all application package permission granted, and also know the red line come with high privilege. Then, how to find the interface of a COM server? The tool COMView can help us emulate COM server interface This picture shows the interface exposed by the UI host class. After got an interface, we need to get functions. ComView can only retrieve function vtable address. However, IDAPRO can dig more details such as function name and parameters. See the picture.
So this picture shows the we have the class ID of the COM server, and we also have the function of the COM server, and also we use IDAPRO to see the function name and also the parameters.
From this picture, we can know what function JIT debugging host 2 has as well as the parameters. For testing COM servers from Tsai app is kind of tough jobs since we need to write shortcode or assembly doing everything. Actually, we can test COM server using desktop app because of 3 reasons. It is much easier. We can use most of APIs. It's a better error handling. Use desktop app, we can do error handling easier. Debug, we can attach COM server to debug. We can know when server is crashed.
Yeah, so this picture shows that you don't have to use, when we play with the COM server, you don't have to use MetroStar app because when you are sending COM message to broker process or to COM server, in MetroStar app, you need to write shellcode. But so we propose an idea that we can use a desktop application, which is much easier for us.
In the next session, we will show you how to attack WinRT API. You must know API before fuzzing it. The MetroStar app API can be characterized in UI, device, media, communication, and data, and the fundamentals. So we put a UI interface and the device and the communication and data and media and fundamentals. Then we output the code. As for the testing to WinRT, we can apply the same methods with other application fuzzing, such as Internet Explorer. Attempt some abnormal argument or text to all methods and see if something was going wrong. We have to do is iterating or mutation and combination through each API. Actually, some memory corporation can be called the 5 lines of code.
These 5 lines, we report this vulnerability to Microsoft. These five lines of code can crash a broker process.
According to our testing in consumer preview version, we have found a bug which leads to a memory corporation. And we use Exploitable WinDebug plugin to investigate this bug and found it to be exploitable. This picture shows called DeWalt PTR ECX plus 18, and it shows probably exploitable. But unfortunately, this bug was fixed in release preview version. We don't know if there are chances to see it again in the future, but it proves our testing methods to be workable.
All right, so next section. Actually, when exploring Metro Star apps needs so much hard work. I think it's not necessary to write that like something in kernel or to do fuzzing. Sometimes we are going to. Sometimes there are some easier way to bypass sandbox. So we are going to show you some design problems that we can still use to easily bypass sandbox. We're going to show you how to bypass restrictions of internet connection, and I'm going to show you how to execute program, and also access file or folders that even the communication doesn't grant the permission. Okay, so the first, bypass internet connection. A Metro Star app doesn't have an internet capability. It still can send information to internet. How? The internet connection restriction of a Metro Star app only apply to itself. So we can still send data by opening an URL or HTML file or like MMS protocol using the media player to connect to internet. So other application will be triggered when you open something and can connect to internet for you and can send data to internet as well. For example, we open the URL will trigger Internet Explorer, or we open MMS streaming link, or open a document which embed some component could connect to internet. So this way we can still send information to internet. Even Metro Star app doesn't have the internet capabilities. And here is the response from MSRC. They said such undesirable activities are highly detectable by either user or every industry. And once reported to Microsoft, we have the ability to remove the offending application from all users' machine, thus protecting Windows 8 users. But I could give you a scenario like this. The first, the Metro Star app access the local sensitive information. Sometimes Metro Star app can access some information from local. And because it doesn't have internet capability, so it can use some like open MMS link and append this sensitive information in the URL and send to internet. So even Metro app doesn't have capability, so it still can send information to internet. And we don't think that users might be aware. Do you think will user be aware of the media player is sending information to internet, or they only know the media player is trying to play a video, because it only can see a media player pop up. Yeah, and every software, desktop security software, is not easy to distinguish this kind of behavior is malicious or not. If we block off this kind of connection, it might cause some false alarm. So it is still a chance for big guys. Okay, the second, bypass launch program limitation. Basically, it is not allowed to launch executable program in Metro Star app. And now I'm going to show you, I'm going to introduce 3 ways to bypass program execution. 1, 2, 3. All right, so the first, we can execute any program by inline assembly or writing shellcode. Here is the example, shows how we execute cmd.exe, the command. And you can see Yeah, you can see the command is launched. CMD is launched. However, it has very limited privilege. Even not able to switch folder here. You want to switch to a parent folder, and access is denied. But anyway, we launched cmd.exe successfully. And here you can see the permission of the CMD is AppContainer. So it's very limited permission. Okay, the second way, click once package. In our testing, Windows add a check file extension before opening. So like exe or some other executable file, they are not allowed to open, to execute. However, the click once package, .application, the file .application or .xbap file, they are click once package. It is allowed to execute with higher permission and can be used to install files in the computer. Click once package is similar to the MSI file. It's a package, and you can specify the files where you want to install. So, yeah, it is allowed to open this kind of file, and you can specify some actions here, and with higher permission. Okay, the third way is the DLL hijacking. And we found that Internet Explorer in debug view version of Windows 8 has a DLL hijacking vulnerability. And drop a file and rename it to trace extn. Yeah, you see, trace extn.dll will be loaded from the desktop. So this example shows that there might be some chance that you can find some DLL hijacking problems in some application, not only Internet Explorer, maybe Office or some applications that you can launch from MetroStar app. So it is still possible. Okay, so these three ways that we can execute our programs. So MSRC response. Yeah, click once is the problem. So they are going to fix in next Windows 8 release. And for DLL hijacking, they say, well, we would consider this type of exploit a vulnerability in the desktop application rather than a vulnerability in the MetroStar app or the platform. So we continue to address DLL hijacking bug in security updates as detailed in our security advisory for insecure library loading. Yeah, so they are keep investigating this and fix the problem. Okay, the third, the next bypass file folder access. File in MetroStar app, it is not allowed to access folders, which is not specified in capability settings. Even you grant permissions in capability settings, there are only a few folders you can access, like document, video, music, and photo. So how to bypass file folder access? Let's see a demo directly. All right, here you can see in the download folder, there are some tools you have downloaded from internet, right? So there are OLE View, OLE Debug, and Process Explorer, Process Monitor. Now we launched the Process Explorer. Yes, this is the Process Explorer, and it's OLE Debug. Yeah, no problem. It is the OLE Debug. All right, now we built testing program, testing Metro app, and it is that we copy this. We built this from it is a sample from Windows SDK. And this app can download file from a remote address, and it can specify a file name, a local file name here. So this is very simple program. So now we download file from our IIS server, and there is a welcome.png picture, and we name it to demo.png. Start download. Okay, now pop up. There is file picker pop up. And here shows the files. Here is download folder, and here is a button and then download. Of course, we click this, and after that there is OK button. We click OK. Now the picture is downloaded. Yeah, no problem. Okay, then we go to the download folder to see again. The picture is okay. But when we open the Process Explorer, it has been changed to calculator. And also only debug, the same, has been changed. It has been replaced to other binaries. Yeah, so all executable in this folder are replaced by probably malicious programs. Okay, so do you think in this scenario where user notice something weird or something bad here? So I'm going to show you why. So there is, except the file restriction, file access restriction, there is one exception, the file picker. This is a broker process. It is a broker process with a medium permission. So Metro style app provide this broker for users that users can developer can with users permission, users grant permission that then can access other folders except capability settings. So even you didn't grant file access permission to app, the app still can use set pick file or pick folder to let user choose folders they want to access. So user have to click OK. Such as save file in user-specific folders, like save files in download folder or in desktop. So after user clicking OK, the app can have full control of the folder with broker process permission. Yeah, so that's why our app can have access to download folder, and we can take full control of the folder. Yeah, this shows the file picker user interface. All right, so MSRC's response. This is a deliberate feature and fully under the user control. Users should not click OK to the file picker dialog if they do not want the app to have access to that folder tree. We consider this under the user's control, and as such do not view it as a threat. So yeah, do you agree? Yeah, because in our scenario, users doesn't aware anything. Just download a file and they just click OK. And this trick can be with some social engineering trick. Let me show you another example. So we start to build this application. and here is file picker, you see, and the folder now is desktop. So we can use some trick here, like we user choose other folder. We doesn't allow. We just ask them please select desktop. Then we can guide them to the folder we want to access. Please select desktop. So they have to choose OK desktop. Okay, so then now we can access the desktop folder, and the application is going to list all files from desktop. Yeah, list all files from desktop. So with some social engineering trick, we can leverage this feature, and big guide might use this as well. All right, so conclusion. In this talk, we introduced the security design of AppContainer and the methodology of metro-style app vulnerability discovery. How do we find the problem? How do we to discover issues from different layers? And we also disclose some issues we have discovered. And so there are some discussions. Security versus convenience. Is it a never solved problem? Because sometimes we want to give more convenience for users, for developers. There might have some security compromise, right? So, and for the file picker problem, do users really know what will happen after clicking OK? So give user permission or let user to make decision. Is it correct? Or is it a problem for users? Because most of users might not be aware of the threat. All right, thanks. This is our presentation about Windows 8 Metro app. Thank you. Thank you for listening.